Okay. What is your name and what do you do?
My name is Stefan Underwood. I am the Director of Continuous Improvement for EXOS.
Excellent. And what brought you to MountainCon?
You know, what brought me to MountainCon was, well, I was presenting first and foremost. JC asked me if I would present, and I was honored to be able to do that. So I came in and gave two different presentations. One was on an applied approach to energy systems development for a strength power athlete. The other one was sort of looking at the art of coaching and a lot of how we set up a session to maximize our words and what we do to get our sessions right. So I came in as a presenter, but really I've been a student the whole time, and what brought me to MountainCon is just how exciting of an event it sounded like and how solid the speaker lineup was, and just to be a part of it has been fantastic.
Excellent. Which presentation that you've attended have you liked the most so far?
Gosh, it's hard to say which presentation has been my favorite so far because there's a few that stand out in different categories. If you press me to one, I really enjoyed Ron McKeefery's piece on culture yesterday. It was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But you know, Dr. Matt Jordan just spoke this morning, and that's really got my wheels going and a lot to think about. That was really good on looking at eccentric, not eccentric utilization ratio, excuse me, eccentric training and his work with force plates. There have been so many good ones, but if you press me to one, I really enjoyed Coach Mack.
Outstanding. Do you like the information enough so you think you'll be using it with your clients? Can you use an example about that?
You know, absolutely. There's takeaways that, you know, from every presentation that I plan to be using with my clients. Definitely need to go back and synthesize the information a little bit. And I'm a person who makes myself my own lab, so I've got to go home and I've got to play with some things before I say exactly what, but you know, always looking at what is the culture around a training program. Definitely got into some offline conversations with Matt Jordan quickly about not just looking at force plate from an injury prevention standpoint, which was the premise of his talk today, but looking at force plate from a standpoint of measurement of fatigue, which I do and have used with athletes. So definitely looking now at ways I could fine-tune that. He gave me some really good tidbits to go back to the drawing board and see how I may slightly change up how I'm using that as an evaluation device through a training cycle.
Outstanding. What's been your favorite part of MountainCon so far?
My favorite part of MountainCon so far, I have to say fly fishing, because I've always wanted to go fly fishing, and the opportunity to get out, beautiful surroundings and do that has been good. But the opportunity for offline conversations, like we've had a great setup for lunch each day, a social each evening where we've had presenters and the attendees, you know, mingling and having discussions. After our first night, after the pre-con, Friday night, we had a social. And Joel Rader, who I've known for a long time, who was another fantastic presenter, who I'm taking stuff home from his presentation and going to be using it. We were walking back to the hotel after and just said that was the best, you know, talking shop opportunity, or the best sort of chalk talk I've had in a long time. And it was with a few of the presenters and a few of the attendees. So outside of fly fishing and the fantastic presenters, those offline conversations is where the magic happens.
Great. Any other comments or anything else you'd like to add?
The only other things I can think of saying is how cool an event this has been. You know, it was really intentional and well thought out in every aspect, from the number of people and, you know, that have been able to get in the door, to the types of topics, the spread of topics, having time for those offline conversations. So, I mean, the only other thing I can really think to say is I plan to be back next year. I'm excited to see this become an annual event, and I think it's been fantastic.
Outstanding. Good.